Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving.
Yo, what is up? It's Key, and we're back in the building with another live stream of the 7200 second podcast. Coach Dante's always here. Coach, what is going on, man? What is going on?
Hey, man, I'm happy, man. We got football back. Last preseason game, week 3 of the preseason. I'm happy to get started, and y'all notice, hey, y'all see a name change right there. Shout out to Cool for giving me that name right there, Coach Dante, the Sports Library. So y'all notice the name has been changed right there. So I'm ready to get right into it.
Yeah, we gonna get down to the nitty gritty of things. But as always, we appreciate y'all for watching. We got some comments already here before we even came up. We got Mo, we got Sajin, we got Sports and Wrestling. That's Robert and Tyler. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? We got a jam-packed show for y'all. Going over some NFL things. Got some NBA. We got a lot of things to talk about here. But before we do, thoughts and prayers go out to Caleb. I just had his name from the Titans. Looks like his dad passed away in that house explosion. So definitely Caleb Fraley, cornerback for the Titans. So thoughts and prayers goes out to him and his family. His father did pass away in that house explosion that happened. So definitely give the thoughts and prayers goes out to his family. All right, so I'm literally just coming home from work, and traffic was crazy. So I'm trying to get graphics and things together, but I got my list, so we're not coming in here too blind. But let's talk about the nitty gritty of things on the hot topic right now. We got Jonathan Taylor. The Colts requested granted his trade request. The Colts won the first round for him. Dante, question to you is Jonathan Taylor worth a first round, and who would pitch for him?
You're a top 3 back in the NFL, top 4 running back in the NFL. You definitely is worth a first round pick. If you're if you one of the top tier backs in the league, you got to expect the Colts to ask for a first round pick. So I think he is a top tier running back. I think he's a top 4 running back in the NFL when he's actually playing on the field. He had a injury last year that derailed his season pretty much. But again, Jonathan Taylor is a guy that can catch out of the backfield, run between the tackles, do multiple things. He was a top 4 back in the NFL. So again, he's worth the first round pick. Just a matter of who gives it to him. So other than that, you got Minnesota, who I think can use a running back, as well. They do got Alexander Madison, but Jonathan Taylor is a better football player. He's a superstar player in this NFL. You got Tampa Bay, who I think need a running back. He's a super. I keep forgetting my boy name. Richard. He's a good running back, but Jonathan Taylor is an elite running back. He's a top 5 running back in the league in the game of football. You look at Miami. Miami is on a custom come up. Maybe he's interested in. Maybe Miami could be interested in him. So other than that, I think Jonathan Taylor. I think he is worth a first rounder. I mean, if you're an elite back in the NFL, you're in that top tier range, top 5, top 4. Hey, you worth the first rounder. You basically an elite running back. So I do believe he's worth the first rounder. He's an elite running back. He's a top 5 running back in the league.
Now, of course, there's, you know how Eagles fans and they media be. Would you be mad if Jonathan Taylor came to the Eagles? What, so we can have Taylor Swift? Come on now. But is he really worth a first round? I mean, I would maybe second, third round at best. I mean, he's been injury prone a little bit. I already know, he is one of the hardest working backs out there. I just don't think I would offer a first for a rental, and then you got to extend them. So I don't think I'm giving up the first. Maybe second, late second, third at best for him. That's just my opinion. But you said you would give up a first rounder?
Yeah, he's a top 5 running back in the NFL. He's a top 5 running back. So you got to expect the coach going to ask for. You got to expect the coach to ask for top 5 first round, and I don't blame him. Like if you want an elite running back, the person that's in the top 5, yeah, I'm gonna ask for a first rounder because you get one of the legit running backs in the NFL. You're getting a superstar running back. So why would I not? Why would I give you a second or third round pick? Why would I give you a second and third round pick if you're getting one of the best backs in the game? He had 861 yards, so he did play a lot. He did play a lot last year. He got hurt in the middle of last year, so that was the only year last year he was even hurt. He was even hurt last year. So other than that, prior to that, he comes off an 1,800 yard season. Prior to that, 1,100 yards. So he's very that was last year. That was his only really year he got actually hurt. But so he does have a lot of durability. But he's a top 5 running back. So I'm gonna ask for first round pick. If you want a top 5 running back in the league, I'm gonna ask for a first round pick because he's that value. He's that valuable, and he can also catch up out of the backfield. So he can do a lot of other things.
So if you're a team, what team would like Jonathan Taylor services?
Like I think you're gonna always have Miami in the discussion. You're gonna always have Buffalo in the discussion. You're gonna always have Buffalo in the discussion as well because a lot of people think they need a running back, which I don't think they need a running back. I don't think nothing is wrong with their running game. It's just they don't value the run, so they don't value the run a lot. So other than that, I mean, like I said, you got teams like Minnesota, Tampa Bay, that need an actual running back. Dallas ain't gonna do it. Then they're not gonna do it. I think that's a team that need a running back. Tony Pollard is gonna be out. He's gonna be out, but they're not gonna do it. So when I look at teams like Tampa Bay, I look at teams like Minnesota. Look at Miami may be in the sweepstakes. They may be in the sweepstakes. You look at who else? You look at Carolina. Carolina is interesting. They got Chuba Hubbard over there, but Jonathan Taylor is better. Chuba Hubbard gives me the running back 2 buy. So it's a variety of teams that I think that will go for him.
Miami could definitely be one because you know Jeff Wilson, Mostert's always hurt. They did draft the rookie Devin Archain, who dodged the bullet to something being serious. It's only a shoulder injury. So hopefully we'll see him back in the lineup. Like Dick said, diamond running backs or a dime a dozen. That's not worth a first round. But we'll definitely see. It's interesting. We'll definitely see where he could possibly go for all this. But the Colts did grant Jonathan Taylor's request. Now, how is this going to go against rookie Anthony Richardson, knowing every quarterback does need their running back? So how is this going to hurt him?
How's it going to hurt him? John, are you talking about Anthony Richardson? It could hurt him a lot. It could hurt him a lot because he's going to be a part of the RPO game. One thing you got to do, one thing you don't have to do, you don't have to worry about Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You don't have to worry about him in the backfield. You don't have to worry about him in the backfield. And him catching balls you don't have to worry about him catching balls outside of the pocket. Now you force Anthony Richardson to throw the football more because you don't have a legit running back that the defense can game plan for. And it makes him a lot tough. It makes it a lot tough. It makes it a lot easier to stop him because of that threat of Jonathan Taylor running up the middle and that threat of him running up out of the backfield and the threat of the RPO game. It takes that. I think they're still going to run it, but I don't think it will be the same with Jonathan Taylor. I just don't think it will be the same with Jonathan Taylor. You don't have to stack the box. You don't have to stack the box when you're looking for in the when you play Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, you have to stack the box just to stop him, and then that's going to allow Anthony Richardson to keep the ball, to keep it as well, and make that RPO game a little tough. So once you stack the box, the DBs you basically forcing a one-on-one situation with your wide receivers and the DBs. So all the DBs got to do is win. But with Jonathan Taylor out of the box, you ain't got too much to worry about. They're not going to be effective as running the ball. It forced a lot of pressure on Anthony Richardson.
All right, there you go. Victor said Keyshawn Johnson has joined Skip Bayless. So Keyshawn, Skip Bayless, Richard Sherman, and I think Michael Irvin is going to be on there at times. So good to see Michael Irvin back, even though he didn't do what he said do. He didn't get charged for what they accused him of. So that's always a good thing. Definitely don't want to see nothing happen to Michael Irvin. That's going to be an interesting setup there. Keyshawn and Skip Bayless, and then Richard Sherman. That's definitely going to be interesting. But the streak is over for the Baltimore Ravens. The Washington Commanders put that 1 in 24 straight victories in the preseason. Dante, talk about last night's game and how good did Sam Howell look?
He looked pretty solid, man. He looked pretty good, man. Like I say, looked good throwing the football, moving up out of the pocket. Airbnb play column was solid, was okay. I'm gonna wait till after this year to give a few evaluation on Sam Howell because he played one game last year. He looked solid, but he looked solid in the preseason. Don't think much of it. The real test will be week 1 and the rest of the season. So he looked pretty good. He looked solid. He looked pretty good. I like him. His movement, he's able to get up out of the pocket. His pocket awareness looks solid. His accuracy looked really good. He threw some really good passes last night. The one to De'Ami Brown in the end zone was really solid. Terry McLaurin seems to be on point. But other than that, he looks pretty good.
Didn't watch the game last night, but I did see replays. Just kept hearing good things about Sam Howell. See what Eric Bieniemy can do with Sam Howell. Terry McLaurin, he did get hurt with his toe, but MRI said there's no further damage to that toe, so that is a good thing with Scary Terry. Again, Devin Archain, he did dodge a bullet. He only has a shoulder injury. I know a lot of hits took place over last week. What's the name from the Patriots? He's fine. He can move everything. He's good. So that's good to hear. Again, football is a scary thing, but glad to see these guys are doing all right. Breaking more news. Jackson. He's going to be out. He has to get surgery on his wrist. So week 1 could be in jeopardy. How will the Seahawks miss him, Dante?
They will miss him, but they will be fine. They got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. They will be okay. I think they will be fine. Pretty much without Jackson Smith the Jim, it's the same weapons that they had last year. I think they got even more dangerous adding him in the lineup, but I still think they will be fine. I still think they will be fine. They will find a way. They will be okay.
Definitely, that's still going to be a 3-headed monster when he comes back. That's still going to be a crazy receiving core, a trio up there in Seattle. Now, we already got some week 1 starters. We know Sam Howell's going to be starting for Washington. Baker Mayfield gets the nod for Tampa Bay. So he beat out Kyle Trask. What do you think Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield going to do?
Not too much. Not too much. They're not going to be too much. Baker, they would that like I got a strange feeling. That they're going to be a lot better than what people think they're going to be because they still got some players on that team. They got talent. Only question I got is the quarterback situation. How consistent is Baker Mayfield going to be? I mean, you still got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You still got those guys. You still got Antoine Winfield, Carlton Davis on the defensive side of the ball. They should be a lot competitive. They should be competitive what people think. The only question I got is the quarterback situation, Baker Mayfield. And for Kyle Trask not to get the opportunity, hey, Kyle Trask ain't play good at all. Kyle Trask ain't play good at all. That must mean he had a worse training camp and a worse preseason than Baker Mayfield did. So other than that, hey, I think the quarterback situation is the only problem that I think for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I don't know what Baker can possibly do. I know he still got Mike Evans. Mike Evans 9 seasons with 1,000 yards. Can he make it 10? Will this be his 10th season with 1,000 yards? I mean, I still think he can put up 1,000 yards even with Baker Mayfield, but we'll see if my prediction is still going to be right or is going to be right with that. Don't know who you said. Rashard is their running back.
Yeah, Rachaad White. I like him. I actually like Rachaad White.
We'll see. I mean, the defense it's okay. You know, they got the offensive line. You know, had some issues with injury last year, but we'll see. Vic says he's calling Caleb Williams to the Bucs, and the Bucs are on the clock in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select. So we'll see. I think the Bucs is going to either have they're going to have a top 5 pick. If it's not number 1, it's definitely going to be number 2. That's just me. I think Arizona might have their first all pick, number 1 pick, or even the Colts. I know the Colts might be in the top again, but we'll definitely see who gets the Marvin Harrison Jr. sweepstakes. Joe Mixon already said he's not talking to certain reporters because of the disrespect. Do you agree or disagree with what he said about the reporters?
I mean, that's his personal stuff. So if you feel like you feel disrespected, you don't want to talk to the reporters. I'm not gonna knock him for it. Hey, you don't got to talk to him if you don't want to. That's his choice. If I feel disrespected by a reporter, I wouldn't want to talk to anybody either. So I don't blame him for not want to talk.
It definitely makes sense. I mean, we already see Kari Richardson, the track star, wasn't talking to, the Caucasian reporters and didn't want to talk to, the African-American reporters. So I don't know. But, I mean, I wouldn't want to talk to nobody that disrespect me either. So shout out to Joe Mixon. He's excited about coming back to the Bengals. So we'll see what the Bengals definitely can do in this upcoming season. Dante, so tell me about some rookies that you impressed with so far. Let's talk about your guy, Will Anderson. Will Anderson is definitely going to be a problem for this league. Talk about Will Anderson.
Will Anderson had a solid preseason. He had the best grade out of any rookie at a 94.4 grade this week, this whole preseason. But at the end of the day, I'm not satisfied with it. I got to see it throughout the season. You can have a preseason grade as high as hell, but I got to see it. Week 1 is going to be actually the test. What it's going to show. Week 1 when you go out, when I'm out there on that Ravens offensive line, that's what it's going to show. But he's been awesome. He's been solid. He's been really good. Like his speed coming off the edge. D'Amico Ryans last year in college, he played a little bit of inside and outside, but D'Amico Ryans decided to use him outside, that's where his best at. And I'll say he's very fast, very agile. He can definitely get to the quarterback. He definitely can stop the run. But hey, gotta look for it during the season when the season starts. So it's a whole different ball game when you're playing against second team. Well, he was playing against first teamers as well with the time he was playing. So guess I can take that in consideration. But the real test actually starts in week 1. But he's been great. He's been awesome.
Also, talk about your rookie on the other side, on the offensive side. How do you like C.J. Stroud so far?
I love C.J. Stroud. I thought he handled himself really well in the second game. He made all the good throws. Finished 12 for 7, 60 yards. That was against the first team Miami Dolphins defense. You saw a lot of awareness coming up out of the pocket. You saw a lot of accurate throws. It was a couple of drops by the receivers. The offensive line looks really good. The first team offensive line looks really good. So other than that, C.J. Stroud can make all the throws. He can make all the throws when he's protected, when he's protected. He can make some plays up out of the pocket. He's very athletic. What you think? And hey, he passed it. He passed it for me. I say I wanted to see him bounce back after that New England game. He got a lot of flack for the New England game because he threw that intercept. Because he threw the interception, it was against a Bill Belichick defense, and he only got 2 series, and he still got flack for it. But other than that, I need to see him bounce back in the Miami Dolphins game, and that's exactly what he did. He definitely came out outside of the first drive. The first drive we got the ball at the 5-yard line, we didn't punch it in, but we had to delay a game on the play. We had to delay a game, and the coach Dalton Schultz decided to run a 5-yard route instead of running to the end zone on 4th down. So other than that, after that, the very next drive, he finished 5 for 6. Everything was accurate. No short throws. Everything was accurate. And like I said, I liked it when I seen from CJ.
All right, some more rookies that has been any other rookie that's been on your watch that you've seen lately.
Oh yeah, I'm Jake Bobo. Jake Bobo from Seattle has been very good, man. That's one of my guys coming out. I believe he was undrafted. One of my guys coming out of UCLA who I valued a lot. Jake Bobo is a guy, possession receiver that can catch the ball, that can get open, that can catch a jump ball. Jake Bobo has been really solid for the Seattle Seahawks. Hope he gets an opportunity. I think that dude can be a sleeper. He has the potential to be a sleeper. Another guy is Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell was playing really well for the Las Vegas Raiders. He's playing really well for the Las Vegas Raiders as well. So other than that, man, and A.T. Perry. A.T. Perry has been really good for New Orleans. I'm a big fan of A.T. Perry. He's been really good. He's been solid. Emmanuel Forbes made a big play last night. It's been all over the field. He's going to be playing more slot this year for the Washington Commanders. You also have Sam Laporta, who's taking over the tight end role of the Detroit Lions. So you got a lot of rookie guys out there that's been actually playing well. And Justin Ross, Rasheem Melton, those 2 receivers from Kansas City. Kansas City not missing a beat, man. They're going to be fine. They're going to be solid this year. But Justin Ross, coming off the little spinal injury in college, for him to bounce back, to play as well as he playing, hey, it's something special.
Burn is in the building. I know this sun is killing me. I know that much. Everywhere I move, the sun is right there. The dang on curtain fell, and I can't put it back up. Yeah, most definitely. So we got a little game for y'all. It is the rookie edition, and I'm sure some of y'all football fans may get this, some of y'all not. But again, it's something different we're trying, and I will think of more as the time progresses to get a little harder for y'all. But we wanted to play all right, y'all. So I'm gonna put up a couple graphics. It's the rookie edition. Y'all tell me who it is. So let me get this together here. So let me take this background off. Yeah, we got to keep it fun for y'all as always. Wouldn't be me if it wasn't. All right, so here we go. All right. Here we go. Who am I? Remember, it's a rookie. Went to Boston College, and he got drafted to the Baltimore Ravens.
Zay Flowers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Zay Flowers. All righty. So give y'all time in the chat to figure things out before Coach is going to go in on it, because we all know Dante knows.
Oh, the chat have to answer.
Let's see if the chat knows. All right. All right. So we got number. Here's the next one. All right. All right, guys in the chat. Who am I? Do y'all know who this person is? Who wants to take a guess? Dante, you know who this is?
Yeah, I know who that is. I know who that is. Exactly.
Went to Utah, got drafted to the Bills. All right, Dante, tell the people who this is.
Dalton Kincaid.
Yes, sir. All right, Dante's on a roll now, y'all. I mean, y'all can answer. Y'all can help me out here.
I know the people. I was just waiting on the chat. I know who.
All right. See, already Dante knows. I need y'all to this one might be easy. But like I said, it's the rookie edition. And again, we're just having some fun here. Again, these get a little bit difficult for y'all. All right, who am I? In the chat, who is this? Went to UCLA, got drafted by the Seahawks. Seidman should be the first one to answer this question. Oh, there we go. And that is correct, exact Charbonnet. All right, I see. You see, Dante, you didn't even have to answer this time.
I did have an answer, but I just know it was two of them. I would let the chat answer the question instead of me answering the question. I'll let the chat. But they got two. Anybody could have got it wrong because it's two of them actually in Seattle because Jake Bubble played for UCLA too.
All right, we got one more. Where is it? All right, here we go. All right, y'all. This is the last one. Who am I? For Dante goes, anybody in the chat knows who or not Clemson went to the Saints. Boop. Do. Going once, going twice. Dante, who is it?
Brian Breesy.
Oh, there y'all go. Okay, y'all know y'all players. There we go again.
I'm looking on Google. I know someone up y'all looking on Google. I know somebody looking on Google. I know some people looking on Google. Besides Vic, Vic probably the only one would know, but I know rest of you probably looking on Google. They don't know it out of the gate.
There you go. There is Who Am I again next week. We'll do some more. We're gonna maybe should we do a Hall of Fame edition? We might do a little
Yeah. That'll give everybody a chance to
We'll do a Hall of Fame edition just to see where y'all knowledge is. But there you go. That was a fun little segment there. You see, I get excited and miss. All right, so let me see. All right, so we're gonna do some record predictions here. Again, we're gonna start with the East. We got the AFC East and West. Dante, what's your record predictions through all four, and who wins the division?
AFC East.
AFC East.
I got all right. So Buffalo. I got Buffalo at 11-6. I think Buffalo would do enough to win the division. I think they'll still do enough to win the division. I know a lot of people are going to have the Miami Dolphins, but like I say, I'm on the boundary of saying like Until I see someone beat them, then that's what I'm gonna pick. That's what I'm gonna pick until I see somebody beat them. No Buffalo look out of shambles. No Miami looks better. But hey, it's easy to talk about it instead of them being on the field. But at the end of the day, I still think Buffalo always they find a way to get it done. And I think they will do enough to win the division. They won't win a Super Bowl. They probably won't get to an AFC championship. Uh Miami, I got them as a wild card team. I got them at 10-7. I think Miami is very good. Wouldn't shock me if they even win the division. Would not be a shocker because they're just as good. They're just as good as Buffalo. But other than that, you got Miami at 10-7. Got the Jets at 9-8. I still don't believe the Jets are better than the Buffalo Bills or the Miami Dolphins. I don't believe I don't believe there are. I believe their defense is going to keep them in a lot of ball games. But I just don't see their offense scoring enough. I know they got some weapons. But I think Buffalo and Miami is better than they are, especially offensive wise. I think their two offenses, they're going to be able to score a lot of points. And you got the New England Patriots. I got them at 8-9. I know they're going to look worse, but just banking on Bill Belichick, how great of a coach he is, the team is going to always be competitive. Team is always going to find a way to be competitive.
Everybody was looking at me with two heads when I said the Jets wasn't going to the playoffs. Y'all looking at me crazy, saying the Jets is not. I don't think the Jets is going to the playoffs. I understand you got Aaron Rodgers, they got Dalvin Cook, Garrett Wilson definitely is a heck of a player. They got a good receiving core, Allen Lazard. Their defense isn't half bad, but let that offensive line break down and Aaron Rodgers gets touched. He's not going to be happy because Aaron Rodgers don't like getting touched. Mekhi Becton, he's finally getting a start. Can he stay healthy? This guy was supposed to be the best offensive line coming out of college. He's been hurt the last couple of seasons. He lost some weight. He looks good. But again, he's still injury prone. Can he stay healthy? Aaron Rodgers is starting the third preseason game. Dante, good or bad idea?
It can be a bad idea if he gets hurt, but it's a good idea because you want to get some guys, some reps with guys to get some chemistry with them. So I just figured that's in play right there. So I'm not too mad at it.
All right, Vic says the Jets still have a lot of questions on their offensive line. They're decent, but their faults in the past protection. No, I definitely agree. Jason Peters still on the market. Y'all looking for somebody on the left side. The Bakhtiari hype. They're saying, oh, he could possibly go over there, but they shut that down. But why would you want another injury-prone offensive lineman to block Aaron Rodgers? They need that offensive front for the young quarterback over there in Jordan Love. They need that protection for him. So hopefully Green Bay hung up the phone and didn't want to take that call. Still a lot of questionable type of Coughlin is okay, but he's not Aaron Rodgers' needs. Having a conversation about the Jets. So staying in the AFC East is Mac Jones, the quarterback that needs to prove himself in the AFC.
He needs to prove himself in the division, AFC East. Yes, I think if he doesn't get it done this year, Bailey Zappi is going to take over, and I believe the Patriots will be done with him. I already think Bailey Zappi is the better quarterback already, but Bill Belichick is a guy that's going to stick to his guns. He's going to put Matt Jones out there and give him a final shot. I don't mind it. But other than that, it's a lot of pressure on him. I think Matt Jones knows as well. I think Matt Jones knows his time is running out. But it's a matter of time before Bailey Zappi becomes a full-time starter. So I think it is a lot of pressure on Matt Jones.
Definitely, Mac Jones needs to prove himself. You saw his first year, he was solid. Went to the playoffs. Second year wasn't that bad. You can blame it on offensive scheming with Matt Patricia and O'Brien back there. Now it's just O'Brien, and then you still got Belichick. Do he need to? I think he is one of the quarterbacks in the AFC who do need to prove themselves. To see what they can do with this offense now. You got Zeke implemented back there. Good running back. You still got Stevenson. Definitely a 1-2 tandem. But we'll see, because they're not great when it comes to receiving core. New England never really been about the running game. They never really had a running back. They never was known for their running back. Because Lucas Sony Michelle and Garrett Blunt type. So we'll definitely see how it's going to play out with Zeke. Let's be honest, Zappy really isn't pushing Jones out of the position right now. He's in year 2. That's true too. Tua definitely needs to stay healthy. Was one of those plays where you saw he slid different when it came to him getting hit. He's trying to position himself where he's not in those positions to hurt himself. But no, I'm gonna have to agree with you when it comes down to the division. I still do think it's Buffalo's to win, and Jesus Christ. Josh Allen still needs to prove that he can still win in Buffalo. That's another quarterback in the AFC that needs to prove himself. He needs to get over that hump. Stop being so turnover prone. Do the Bills address their running back situation? They got James Cook. Is he going to be the starter? He wasn't even the starter when it came to Georgia. Georgia was a running back by committee type of team, so they really didn't have a number one running back. But can Josh Allen limit the turnovers and get the ball where it needs to be? So I'm still going with Buffalo. I think Miami, if they stay healthy, can edge out the Jets. I say the Jets is third, and then rounding up the rear is going to be the Patriots. I'm not sold on the Jets just because he got Aaron Rodgers, but again, that offensive line is definitely suspect. Again, let Aaron Rodgers get hurt and see what happens. Let a receiver drop a ball and see what he keeps throwing to him. So we definitely gonna see what's going on with the AFC. Switching over to the NFC East side, Dante, who you got?
NFC East. The NFC East. Well, Cowboys at 6, Cowboys at 7, 10, 11 and 6. The Giants at 8 and 9. The Commanders at 7 and 10. That's how I'm gonna put it.
You got the Eagles winning, you said?
Yeah, it's just a matter who comes in second. That's
okay.
all. I'm not counting the Eagles because we already know. It's just who coming behind them. That's it.
So Dak Prescott, we all know what type of quarterback Dak Prescott is. Is it NFC Championship for Dak or bust? What's going to happen with Dak come next year if they have not either got into the playoffs or at least the NFC Championship game? Will Dallas move on?
Yes, Dallas will move on. I believe they will find a way to move on from Dak and Coach Mike McCarthy. But some people, NFC Championship won't be enough to Dak. Won't be enough for him. It will be championship or bust. But for me, NFC Championship, for him to make the NFC Championship with the Eagles, like I said, in this division, if he still make the NFC Championship, I think that's solid. But as long as his career he hasn't never made it to the NFC Champion, never made it to an NFC Championship or a Super Bowl. So to some people, NFC Championship will not be enough. You feel like championship has to go, at least going to a Super Bowl has to be, but NFC Championship, I think for us breaking that hole, I think that's enough for me for Dak Prescott for the prove, hey, that I can still be at least a top 10, top 12 quarterback in this league. I can still be a solid quarterback. So again, he's definitely got to be consistent. He's definitely got to cut down on his turnovers. But would I say they make it to the NFC Championship? I don't think they would. I just think NFC Championship at best for Dak, it's got to happen for him.
Mo said the Giants about to get a nice draft.
Hey, Mo bet on Daniel Jones' neck ever.
Didn't they say Daniel Jones lost like 10 pounds or something?
They said that.
So staying right here in the NFC East, Jalen Hurts, what's the pressure that's on him to get back to the Super Bowl?
A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure to get back on him to the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't say it's not because, again, we went to the Super Bowl last year. Hey, your expectations, you got to get there and win it. You got to get there and win it now. So you got to be better than you were last year. That's what that means. So it's a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts, especially you ain't got many teams in the NFC East that can give you a run. There's going to be some tough games. I grant to that. It's going to be some tough games that they're going to play, and every game is not going to be easy. But till you got the 49ers probably really the only threat that I say to the Eagles. Not saying the 49ers will win because I don't think the 49ers will beat them, but the Saints, they have a solid elite defense. I think their defense elite. Just a matter of what you get out of Derek Carr. You got the Seattle Seahawks. You got a very limited. You don't got a strong NFC East. It's like you don't got a strong NFC side as much as you got a strong AFC. You got a strong AFC. You got a strong AFC side of things. The AFC, it's like the Western Conference of the NBA. That's how the AFC is right now. The AFC is like the Western Conference of the NBA. The NFC is like the Eastern Conference of the NBA. Who do you got? Who outside of the Eagles, the 49ers, who else that can contend? Who else that you say, hey, I'll put these two on the field with the Eagles and 49ers and who I can trust to beat them? Outside shot, you can say Seattle. That's it, probably. But other than that, there's a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. The Eagles got to be better. They got to be better than what they were last year. They cannot, anything short of going back to the Super Bowl is a disappointment. Because now that you reached those expectations and that you went to the Super Bowl, hey, you expected to get back. You expected to get back there.
Definitely facts. It is pressure on Hurts. No matter how humble Hurts can be, that man's all about leadership. We all know his work ethic. Could we get back? Is very well a possibility. We definitely could get back, but we got to see how we do in the regular season. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, y'all lost 7 players on it. Y'all lost pieces," but we also gained some pieces and we gained some dogs. So we're gonna see how it is in the NFC East. I still got the Eagles on top. I'm gonna say 12-5 is the Eagles record. Then we got Dallas at 10-7. I think that the Giants will be in last. Washington comes in third place. AFC has quarterbacks all over the place. Koo says I think the AFC only has the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals. The NFC tougher teams. You got the Eagles, Seahawks, Niners, Cowboys, Lions, and Vikings. Okay. Staying in there, so we got the North. So we got the AFC North, NFC, and the NFC North, and the AFC North. Starting with the AFC North, who you got?
You said AFC North, right? I got the Bengals. I still got the Bengals. I got the Bengals. Joe Burrow is going to be out for a time, but I still got the only question you will ask is the quarterback situation. But if the quarterback can't get the ball to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase or Tyler Boyd, then that becomes a problem. So that's why I say quarterbacks is always important. Like everybody want to use the narrative that this guy has weapons. This guy has weapons. This guy has weapons. That's why he's so great. But we're gonna definitely see if Joe Burrow misses any time how that backup quarterback is. And if that backup quarterback cannot get the ball to those 3 wide receivers, then I'm trying to tell you how important. I don't give a damn what you got. The quarterback position is very important no matter who the hell you got, no matter who the hell you got throwing to you, no matter who the hell you got. So you can win a Super Bowl without a great quarterback. Most of the time, teams that don't have a great quarterback, they have a great defense. Cincinnati don't have a great defense. They don't have a great defense. So they're not going to win a Super Bowl without having a great defense. They only win it because they have a great quarterback, and a great offense. So other than that, I still got the Bengals at 12-5. I got the Baltimore Ravens at 11-6. I got the Browns at 8-9, and I got the Steelers at 8-1 because they're going to find a way to tie with somebody. They do that every single year. So Mike Tomlin will not have a losing season. Still will not have a losing season.
Did you just say that Pittsburgh gonna tie with somebody?
Yeah, they do it every year. They do it actually every year. They did it last year. They did it year before last. That's what got them in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs. That tie.
Mo thinks the Eagles meet the 49ers in the conference championship again. It's very well possible. Could be that way again.
Minnesota. Hey, hold on, time out. I just realized. Let me bring up this comment. I know he didn't say Minnesota is tough. Minnesota ain't that tough. They tough in the regular season. They ain't tough in the playoffs. They ain't that tough. Seattle, you got a point. The Lions, they still got a lot to prove. They still got a lot to prove this year. But I'm not counting Minnesota and Detroit. Detroit still got a lot to prove to me.
He said, "Hold on now. Who's the Bengals backup? If you tell me there's Reed Senate, they got no chance in hell."
You know Minnesota is fraudulent. You know Minnesota is fraudulent. You know they fraudulent.
So Lamar Jackson states he's going to be MVP. Who is more likely to win an MVP? Is it Lamar? Is it A-Rod, or is it Patrick Mahomes?
Pat. I gotta go Pat. I can't. Lamar just I gotta see him play I gotta see him play this year. Gotta see him play a full season. Gotta see him play the full season. Now, if he was healthy, I could say him. I would say him instead of saying Patrick Mahomes, because I don't really like being a homer and saying Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to say being a homer. I don't want to be a homer and say them. That's the easiest one.
He said, "Come on, coach. You can't discount Minnesota. They got the biggest issue with their DC, who screwed up everything. They have a high-powered offense, and they have more defenders with Brian Flores now at the helm."
Yes, I can, because that's all they would go as first round and out. Yes, I can. I can't discount them. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. They will only be a good regular season team. Yes, I can.
Pat definitely is too good. I can see Mahomes winning another MVP before Lamar. I can see Aaron Rodgers winning the MVP before Lamar, and I gotta tell you something. I'm also taking Cincinnati here in the division. I think Baltimore would be in second. Same with you, Browns, then Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh might surprise some people though. It's definitely. I can't wait to see what Pittsburgh going to do. Especially got George Pickens, man. We got Joey Porter Jr. finally got an interception in the preseason. You know, you still got Warren's actually looking better than Najee Harris. Do you agree with that?
You said who?
Warren for the Pittsburgh looking better than Najee Harris.
No, I don't believe he's a better running back than Najee. No.
I said he was looking better. I didn't say he was.
Yeah, he was looking better, but I don't believe he's better than Najee Harris.
I think the Browns might surprise us all. Definitely, especially with already know DTR is locking up that second backup to be Deshaun Watson. If something was to happen to Watson, I still think the DTR would still do good and still play well because he's been playing great in this preseason. I don't trust the Vikings either. Mo says Mahomes is the MVP till somebody takes that away from him. That's facts.
And that's all I do. That's all I say. Until someone beats you or someone takes away from you, you the best quarterback in the league. You the MVP. Yep, you are.
Switching over to the NFC North, who you got?
Minnesota. They will find a way to win the division. Got them at 11-6. Detroit is a wild card. One of my wild card teams. My two wild card teams, along with Dallas, at 10-7. A lot of pressure on Detroit. They went 9-8. Now expectations are bigger. They got to be better than 9-8 this year. No excuse. They got to be better. I got the Chicago Bears at 8-9. I believe they're going to win more than they got DJ Moore, who's really good. Justin Fields got to take that next step up for the Chicago Bears to be better than what they were last year. Justin Fields, this is on Justin Fields' back. This is gonna be on his. This has got to be on his head. You got to put the team on his back. You got better weapons than you had last year. You got Darnell Mooney, who's not a number one receiver no more. He's gonna be the number 2 wide receiver. Don't get me started on Chase Claypool because I'm not a fan of Chase Claypool. We already know how I feel about him. Finding Nemo. I just feel about him. But I do got them in third at 8-9, and I do got the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna say 7-10. I think Green Bay is gonna be better than what they were. I picked them because of the division. That's only the division. They're good enough to win the division. That's it. They're not good enough to get anything else. They're not good enough to win anything else. Yes, division-wise. Playoff, I pick them, yes. They're good enough to win. They're good enough to win, get to the playoffs. They're not contenders. I'm talking about contenders, not just playoffs. Contenders.
It's a toss-up between the Lions and Minnesota for me. I think Minnesota's find their way to win the division. It's going to be close though. Detroit's going to be in second. I'm going to say Green Bay will be last. Chicago will definitely win more games than people expect. Even though Justin Fields now, they got people hyping him up, talking about some he better than Jalen Hurts. I mean, they need to, kind of slow down with that narrative. I'm not, he's a great player. I can't dispute that. He's a heck of a talented quarterback, but I don't know if you can go to say he's better than Jalen Hurts. We'll see. Siden says the Lions win the division. All right. So we going to the South. So we got the AFC South, NFC South. Dante, start with your division. Who do you got?
Of course, the Jaguars at 10-7. Houston is in second place. I have a hard time thinking about them. I sleep on this every night, thinking about the ceiling is 9-8 actually, but the floor is 7-10. The floor is actually 7-10, which is I'm not gonna be mad at. Got them in second place. I'm going with Tennessee in third. I think Tennessee is gonna be really good. Gonna be really okay. They're not gonna be good enough. And I got Colts in last. Colts are gonna be in last.
All right. So with the AFC South, can the Jags do it again this year? And then you got Houston. You gonna go Jags?
I said they were going to be a playoff team. I'm talking about it's different between playoffs and championship contenders. They will be good enough to make it to a playoffs. They will be good enough to make it to the playoffs. They won't make it to anything else unless, hey, I can say the Chargers. The Chargers are good enough to make the playoffs. I can throw them in now. I can throw the Bills up and down. They're better than I will take the Bills over the Minnesota Vikings. I will take them over the Minnesota Vikings. Miami, you can argue Miami if you want to go that route. If you want to just talk about playoffs and matching them up, I can talk about Miami as well. Jaguars, if you want to you talking about playoffs. If you want to talk about Jaguars, we can talk about Jaguars. I was only talking about contenders to the Eagles and 49ers.
Hold on, let me get my charger here before Dante will be the only one on camera. All right, so the South, I got the Jags winning that division. I think they can win 10-7. We got Houston. Houston's going to be better than what they were last year. It's a toss-up between Houston and Tennessee in second. But I'm going to say Houston. Tennessee will be third, and again, the Colts will have a top 5 pick in next year's draft. How about the NFC South?
NFC South got the Saints, along with Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Tampa Bay. But I think Tampa Bay can be better than actually giving credit to. They actually got a good squad. They actually got players. Only situation for me is the quarterback situation. They got good enough players that can win 7 games. They got good enough players that they can win 7 games, but the only problem is the quarterback situation. So I got them at last.
I like the Saints this year. Upgraded addition quarterback Derek Carr. A lot of people give Derek Carr a lot of grief and slander, but this man is a good quarterback. So I'm going to say that the Saints win the division 10-7. Kamara's going to be out for his suspension, but they still got Jamal Williams, still got Chris Olave, got Michael Thomas if he's back healthy. Again, every team needs a Swiss Army knife, and I don't care what nobody says about Taysom Hill. He's still dangerous wherever you put him. Running back, quarterback, tight end, receiver. defense. He does it all. I think Carolina B2. Atlanta still needs something to prove when it comes to Desmond Ritter. You know, they did get pieces over there. See Bijan Robinson in the preseason. He didn't look bad. Still got Drake London. And then Tampa Bay is going to be in the rear. And we got the West, AFC West, NFC West. Who you got in the NFC West?
Cool, you will switch them, not me. I ain't gonna switch them. I believe Carolina is better than Atlanta. You said NFC West?
Yep.
49ers. I got 49ers, obvious. Seattle is my third wild card team. So I got right now Dallas, Lions, and Dallas, Lions, and Seattle is my three wild cards in the NFC. The Rams in third, and the Cardinals will have one of the top picks in the draft.
The Arizona Cardinals will select number 1 overall because I got them winning 2 games. I don't know who's going to be, but they win in 2 games. Hell, they could win 1 and be 1-16. But I think they win 2 games. So they're going to be in last. I had pretty much the same order as you, so I'm not even going to go. I think the 49ers will be on top. Seahawks will be better. They'll get that wild card as well. And yeah, I'm stuck in the multiverse. All right, there we go. How about the AFC?
AFC West, I got so Chargers. You have Denver and Las Vegas. And last, Las Vegas gonna get a top 10 pick.
I don't know. Quarterback's coming out next year. Who's to say they're not going to take a quarterback? We'll see how Jimmy G does. I mean, Jimmy G didn't look bad. They're getting Josh Jacobs back, but it's the Chiefs division to lose. You're not going to beat the champs. Again, it's their division until somebody beats them. Denver will be better this year than they was last year, so they're not going to be in last. Chargers will always be the Chargers. I think they'll be a wild card in the AFC side. But if the Chargers do not win this year, or at least get to the playoffs and make it past the first round, Brandon Staley needs his pink slip after the last game of the season. Or he might get even fired before then. But if it don't happen, y'all need to get this man a pink slip. Right on the field. Tell him don't even get on the plane. Because there's no way. Do you think if the Chargers don't win, Staley's gone?
Yeah, I think they don't. I think they'll evidently make it through a wild card. I think they'll make the playoffs. The problem is, will they win, get out of the first round, or get out of wild card round? That remains to be seen. And I don't think they would.
Do you think the 49ers should give up on Trey Lance?
Like I say, again, do I think they should? I would say no, because you traded away first round picks for him, and you trade away first round picks for him. So other than that, I don't think so. Like, again, I don't know his true value because I haven't seen him play a whole year. He lost his job due to injury. He didn't lose it doing the playing on the field. Now, if he lost it doing the playing on the field, then my evaluation would be different if he lost it playing on the field, but he didn't lose it playing on the field. He lost it because he had a broken leg. Brock Purdy gained the job because he won. He was 6-0, and he was 8-0, including for 2 games in the playoffs before he got hurt. That's how he pretty much got the job. But now, with a full season with Brock Purdy, you got film on him now. Now you're gonna start seeing teams game planning a little bit different and getting ready for Brock Purdy. So other than that, I don't think he will be the future long-term answer for the 49ers. It's going to have to be somewhere else that's already given a clear indication they gave up on him. But I don't got a true evaluation on him because I haven't seen him play a full season. He played his rookie year. He played in only, I believe, 1 game. That was against the 49ers. Didn't look too bad. The Raiders game was not that awful. Raiders game was not that awful. Outside of the interception he should have had, that was a lucky touchdown. But the offensive line got their ass kicked. That offensive line for the 49ers got their ass kicked. And he has not played with the ones all preseason games, all preseason. So I can't really give a true evaluation of him. I'm not going back to college. I don't care about college no more. I care about he's in the NFL, and I just feel he hasn't gotten a legit shot. He lost his job due to injury, not due to playing on the field. Now, if he did it during the playing on the field, I would have something different of him. But he didn't lose his job due to playing on the field. He lost it due to injury.
Definitely, because you moved up to get this man. Number 3, you moved up to get him. Y'all better not give up on him. Because you had Brock Purdy come in and show out. Brock Purdy wasn't expecting to get a shot because Jimmy G got hurt as well. Trey Lance got hurt. All you got is Brock Purdy, and he just so happens to manage the game to win 7 or 8 in a row. They said Purdy wasn't looking good either in the preseason. So we'll see what the quarterback situation is going to be like over there with San Fran there. But who has a higher ceiling? Is it Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts has a higher ceiling, actually. Jalen Hurts has a higher ceiling. I would say he has the higher ceiling.
And is it a must that the Jets reach the Super Bowl in year 1 with Aaron Rodgers?
No, it's not a must. Because their team is not a Super Bowl team. It's not a Super Bowl caliber squad. So it's not a must. No, it's not a must. I don't think so.
All right. What quarterbacks, in your opinion, do you think will make a big leap this year?
The quarterbacks I think will make a big leap this year. I'm gonna say Derek Carr makes a big leap this year. If he doesn't, it will be disappointed, and it will be very disappointing because he never played with a top 5. He never played with a top tier defense. That was the problem. The problem was never scoring with the Las Vegas Raiders. They always can put the ball in the end zone. They always can score. I mean, they average about 25 points per game. So that just tells you the problem. There wasn't scoring. It wasn't scoring. Their defense never been in the top 15. But yes, he was a scapegoat, but he struggled though last year. He struggled with Devontae Adams, but all the problems wasn't just Derek Carr. You can blame Josh McDaniels for the players not being ready to play, for the players not want to practice the way they're supposed to. It's a reason why Derek Carr sat on that podium and cried, because the players did not actually care about the game of football. They just came out there for the paycheck, to collect the paycheck. You know, Devon Diablo went off on a team. This was a rookie linebacker that said players did not care about playing on the foot, but did not care. You hear Devontae Adams say the players, they did not care. So that's what happens in the locker room. When that happens, then that's all up on the head coach. Darren Waller gave up on the squad. He gave up on the squad, and they traded him away. So it was a lot of things. It wasn't just a Derek Carr issue. He's part of the issue, but it just wasn't his issue. And when you lost in the Indianapolis Colts right there to a team that had a damn coach, Jeff Saturday, to a team that had coach Jeff Saturday, that was the most embarrassing loss. So I think, Derek Carr will take a leap. This will be his first time playing with a top-tier defense, a top-tier defense who's going to get him some opportunities to score more in the red zone. That's going to force turnovers. You lost Alvin Kamara for 3 games, but you do got Jamal Williams, who's a red zone threat on short yardage down. If Michael Thomas can at least be 75 to 70% of himself, I think that's pretty good. Chris Olave, if he can come off his rookie season when he have it over 1,000 yards, I think the team looking promising. So I think Derek Carr will take a big leap as the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints.
Quarterback for me that I think is going to take a big leap is going to be better. Russell, last name Wilson. Russell Wilson will be Russell Wilson, the quarterback we all know. Sean Payton's there running things. Russell's going back to his mechanics or whatever. Russell Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett set that man back 1,000 years. I don't care what nobody say. Russell Wilson knows the game of football. He's a Super Bowl champion. He knows how to command the offense. He knows how to get out of situations. If he didn't like the calls Nathaniel Hackett was playing, he has the opportunity to audible and change the plays in the lineup. What is Hackett going to do? Sit you and bench you if you score a touchdown? Get out of here. Russell Wilson will definitely take a leap this year than he was last year. We're not going to see the old same Russell Wilson we did with Nathaniel Hackett. I do think that Sean Payton will work with him, and we're going to see Russ. I know it sucks with their receiver situation. Cortland Sutton, I think, isn't he out? He had a heart condition. Was it Sutton or was it Judy?
I think it had to be Cortland Sutton, but I know one of his wide receivers is out too. Tim Patrick, he's out too.
Yeah, Tim Patrick's out for the year. Oh, it's KJ Hamler. You still got Jerry Judy. You get Javonte Williams back. Hopefully he can. It's Sutton. Okay. Hopefully he can cure his fumbleitis. Because that's pretty much what was happening with Denver last year. Half those games they could have won, but every time they get a ball off, they fumble. It was between him and Melvin Gordon fumbling all the time. Like they be right there at the goal, be right there in the red zone situation, and you gonna fumble the ball. So I think Russ takes a leap. Give me some teams before we go into the NBA. Give me some teams who's gonna surprise you this season.
Some teams that will actually be up and coming, surprise. Like I'm not saying this team will make the playoffs. I think the Houston Texans will be more surprising this year. Like I say, they can win anywhere between 7 to 8 games. I believe they will be definitely better. I think the Lions, that's no surprise. I think that will be better than last year. They will definitely be better than last year. They supposed to be better than last year, but I think the Chicago Bears. I think I got them going 8-9. I think got them going 8-9. I think that's not saying they're gonna make the playoffs, but they will definitely be better than what they were last year. But it's all on Justin Fields. It's up to Justin Fields. If this team is going to be anywhere near good or 8 or 7 win team, Justin Fields got to play better. Got to play some football. Go out there and play football. He got to go out there and limit his turnovers. Offensive line is still a little bit of a question. But you do got Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson as your running backs. You do got a better receiver, DJ Moore, who can be a star wide receiver in this league. So your defense got to be better. Their defense was not good at all last year. That defense has to play better. So I'm going with the Texans and the Bears. They're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going to make the playoffs. Even though if you told me, would I be shocked if we made the playoffs? I just would not shocked of us beating the Jaguars because I know we could beat the Jaguars. We can beat the Jaguars, but I'm just going to say the Bears and the Texans will be better. We'll be surprised, but they will not make the playoffs. Those teams will not make the playoffs.
Shout out to Ron Jeremy in the chat. He says Burrow, Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, Rodgers. Okay. I think Jordan Love is going to surprise more people than what you think. I know Green Bay is going to be in last or whatever. But I think he's going to prove himself that he can play in this league. I think Jordan Love is going to surprise some people with Green Bay. Some more teams I think is going to Chicago is another one. We'll see. They did put pieces around Justin Fields. Let's see what Justin Fields can do. Obviously, the Jets, I still don't think they're making the playoffs, but did they upgrade quarterback as Zach Wilson? Of course, I'm going to take a 40-year-old quarterback and Aaron Rodgers over Zach Wilson any day. But my main two, I'm going to definitely say it'll be Chicago. You put in Houston. So yeah, I'm excited for NFL. Next week, we're gonna break down week 1's picks and predictions. Well, no, that might be. I might wait, not next week, but the week after, since will be the first official week of football. Preseason will be done. We'll go over some key cuts, things of that nature. But make sure y'all stay tuned next week. We are on episode 65 next week. We on our way to 100. And remember, the 100th episode jersey giveaway. So make sure y'all tune in when the 100th episode comes. We will be giving away that jersey. Going on to the NBA, Dante. I know some stuff is going down in the NBA. We got to talk about this fool here in Philadelphia by the name of James Harden. James Harden gets fined today $100,000. That is play money that he spends at the strip club every night. He pulls out his briefcase. I'm sure he can ask little baby for a loan, but he got fined $100,000 for the comments that he said about Daryl Morey. And everything else. Talk about James Harden. Dante.
Well, James Harden has a reason to go off the way he did. Maybe Daryl Morey did promise him his money, and he didn't get it. So that's the one thing you can never do. And I can't blame a player. That was promised about his money and wanted his money. I can't do that, because if it was anybody money in the chat and someone promised you that they were going to give you $1 million, hell yeah, you want your damn money. Hell yeah, you want that money. You want that money, and you're gonna do whatever you could to get it up out of them. But like I say, it's basketball, it's a business, and you're trying to do whatever it takes to put your team in a situation to win. But don't promise anything that you can't that you can't handle. Don't promise the man the money. Don't promise the man the money. And now don't want to give him his money. But other than that, as for Daryl Morey's side, hey, Daryl Morey looking at, hey man, I done bent over, I done got on my knees, and I done been a part of the Kiss My Ass Club for years. And I'm trying to do whatever it takes to get this team better. Now, James Harden standing there that long, at least if Daryl Morey wants to trade you, he can get something up out of him. Now, that's the good thing. That's a good thing. Like DDP say. You remember DDP, the one that used to wrestle, the one that was wrestling Diamond Dallas Page? That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing right there, because you can get something for him. But if I was James Harden, if I know I wasn't going to be there, guess what? Guess what? I would have left, and they would have got nothing up out of me. But you can be, and I don't mind. Anybody can be on either side, but I just have a sense that Daryl Morey that promised James Harden his money, and now James Harden is upset. I don't think he's worth the max contract. No, and
hell no, he ain't worth the damn max deal.
But this is what I'm gonna say. I don't think he's worth the max contract, Vic. I'm not saying he's worth, but Daryl Morey promised him his money. He promised him. Something went down. If James Harden's not acting like that, he's not calling Daryl Morey a liar for no reason. Something was promised. Something was actually promised. And hey, something was actually promised. And for him to come out to say that publicly about Daryl Morey, something was actually promised. And Daryl Morey must have promised him that he got his money, that he was going to get his money, because he took that pay cut that last offseason. And all you got is a PJ Tucker and a Daniel House up out of that from a person taking a pay cut. Just to take a pay cut. And James Harden could have just left. He could have just left. But just because he opted in, that becomes a bad sign. Just because he opted in the contract, that becomes the same sign. Now it's pressure on Daryl Morey to either pay him his money or trade him away. But Daryl Morey values James Harden high. He values James Harden higher. He values every player that he damn near got high. So other than that, it may be a while before James Harden be up out of Philadelphia. But Daryl Morey promised him his money. Daryl Morey promised him his money, and it's a reason why James Harden put it out there to the media.
One thing I can say about Daryl Morey, the man is patient. You see how long it took for him to get Ben Simmons out of here. But just like Ron said, he said he'll trade Harden away any day of the week, twice on Sundays. I'm trading Harden for a pack of Annihilators and a Will Smith CD. That's what I'm trading Harden for. But no, I do agree. I think Morey had some type of they was at lunch, or they was over some coffee. They had a muffin date, and he probably was like, "All right, James, I'll pay you. Maybe it ain't gonna be no max deal, but you'll get your money." They probably shook on it. Nothing was written in stone. Thank God it was not written, because we would have been screwed. But that's probably what happened. And then once James saw that Daryl wasn't budging, that he wasn't giving us money. He said that in public, and then that got him fined 100.
And again, I don't want to bring this up. People making jokes about him going to China. The man is still a 20-10 guy. The man still can give you 19 points and 10 assists. Give you 9. The man is not no scrub. He's just not the superstar. He's just not a superstar. He plays on a more of a star level than anything. The man can still give you 20 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds a game. He is not a scrub. He is not a scrub. It just won't be good enough to get you to a championship. That's all. But the man still very much can do it in the league. It's just he's not worth the first round pick. And Daryl Morey is going to value him high. Daryl Morey is going to value him high. He's not trying to get no pack of line laters for James Harden. He's not trying to rush to get him out of there. He knows his value. He knows James Harden may not got that much value because no team is budging. And I don't blame teams because you don't want that in your locker room. But James Harden still can play. Tobias Harris, remember, he wanted out. Daryl Morey hasn't moved the needle because why? He's valuing these guys high. And if I'm Daryl Morey, what good does it make to keep these guys in the locker room and in training camp and knowing they're going to be disgruntled? And the last thing you want James Harden to go is to training camp because he'll give you some hell in training camp. You don't want that. That's the last thing you don't want.
He took it down when he deleted it. He had the picture of the fat suit on his IG page and he took it down. Sergeant, what flavor and what album? I'm gonna go with the album with Getting Jiggy With It and a banana flavor because the banana is horrible. Banana is the nastiest flavor of the now later. So yes, I'm trading James Harden for Getting Jiggy With It and some banana now laters.
James Harden gonna come to training camp with one of those little grill burgers that he had on ESPN. He gonna come to the training camp with those. Watch. You gonna come to training camp with those and start eating them and say, "Nah, I ain't practicing. I ain't got to get up for practice."
But look, this is what James Harden 15 now? You had OKC. Yeah, Houston. It was his 14.
Yeah, 10 years in Houston. Yep.
Sixers, now the Sixers, and then you have Brooklyn.
Yep.
He wants to go to the Clippers. But why would the Clippers want James Harden? I don't know.
And that's a problem with the Clippers. Like if they do end up with James Harden, do Russell Westbrook all of a sudden has to come off the bench? That's it. Because he played great in the starting role last year. And with in the playoffs, definitely in the playoffs. So how would it'll be interesting to see how would Tyronn Lue, if James Harden gets traded over there, does Russell Westbrook, is he willing to come off the bench behind James Harden? It'll be interesting to go. But like I said, I still wouldn't pick the Clippers to win any type of finals or go to any type of Western Conference finals because I don't believe they will be healthy.
All right, so what else happened? Lonzo Ball came out and said, he will not play this season. Will we ever see Lonzo play? You think he can bounce back from this?
I think he could. Take another full year off. I think he definitely could bounce back. Depends on how his knee feeling. It depends on if he feels good enough that he can come back. I think you will see him again. He just saying he's going to take a season off. He's going to be out this season again.
He actually said in one of his interviews that remember when Lonzo was first coming out, he was with UCLA. He had the big ball of brain with his dad. He had them expensive ass shoes, mind you. Them things was ugly, mind you. The C2s or whatever the hell they were called, them $500 shoes. He even said he thinks those shoes is why his knees are so bad because I guess they didn't give him no support. It was one game. He said he bust out of them. He had to get another pair of shoes. That could have something to do with it. But he's had chronic knee pain to the point where he can't sit up. He can't even walk down steps right. So hopefully this surgery, he can start rehabbing and play better. I do want to see Lonzo come back on the court. He might turn into that 3-and-D guy now when he comes back. You're not going to, he can still play defense. Hopefully I want Lonzo to come back. I don't want him to retire early because of that knee injury. So hopefully Lonzo can come back. But it's them dang on shoes. We got to blame LeVar Ball for that. Them shoes was ugly. Them shoes was horrible. Them shoes for $500. I'm not buying them, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. All right, y'all. So we got before we get into that. So the NBA has a top 100 just like the NFL did, which I didn't know that. But we're going to do 100 to 91 because that's what's out so far. Dante, you let me know if the list is okay, where it's at, everything else. BLSG, what's going on, man? That's his dumbass fault for listening to his dad's. Melo, I could say, is the only one who's actually his dad. I mean, the bar, you haven't heard nothing yet. You haven't heard him in a long time. But Melo shoes is actually pretty good. All my basketball kids wear his slime shoes. Every kid that I know got them lime green shoes on. So here go the top 100 for the 2023-2024 season. We got 100 through 91. So at 100, we got Austin Reeves. You know, Austin Reeves, so the shooting guard for the Lakers. And last season, he averaged 13 points per game, 3.4 assists, 3 rebounds. He got a good little nice bag. He got a good signing. He got a good extension. What do you think about Austin Reeves at number 100?
Hey man, like I say, that's a good stepping stone for Austin Reeves. A lot of people don't think he's going to be high. He should be much, much higher. But other than that, like I say, man, I'm not judging the players, man. The players play these guys every single night. So it's a good stepping stone, it's a good stepping stone. Good stepping stone to be.
And he's been playing really, really good for Team USA right now. So at number 99, we got Karis LeVert from the Cavaliers. Last season, he averaged 12.1 points, 3.9 assists, 3.8 rebounds. 99, Karis LeVert. 98, we have Walker Kessler, center for the Utah Jazz. He only averaged 9.2 points a game. We got 97, Wendell Carter for the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
96, we got Bobby Portis. He's the power forward center for the Bucks. We got number 95, Herbert Jones for the New Orleans Pelicans. 94, Jalen Williams from OKC. We talking about the guard Jalen Williams.
My boy. Yeah.
Number 93, Kevon Looney, Golden State.
Okay.
92, Norman Powell for the Clippers. Coming in at 90, we got Anthony Simons. Is that number 91?
Oh, like it.
Anything wrong with 100 to 91?
No, nothing wrong with it. I love it.
All right.
For me, nothing wrong with it.
Did they put out? All right. So we got 90 to 81. So coming in at number 90, Spencer Dinwiddie from the Brooklyn Nets. 89, got Tobias Harris. You got the 76ers. Small forward, power forward. 88, RJ Barrett for the New York Knicks. 83, Nicholas Claxton. Nicholas Claxton, everybody don't give good credit to, but Claxton's a good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
86, Robert Williams III from Boston. 85, Keegan Murray, Sacramento Kings.
Correct.
84, Jaden McDaniels from the T-Wolves. 83, got Josh Giddey from the OKC.
Okay.
Trey Murphy Jr. Trey Murphy III. 82. Yep. All right, we got the Thunder coming in hot on this top 100 list so far. And number 81. Hold on. 84. 83 was Josh Giddey. 82, Trey Murphy. 81, Jalen Green, your boy from Houston. Okay. Number 81 and number 80. They didn't announce yet, but that was 100 through 81. How about that list so far?
Hey, I like it, man. I like it. I know there's gonna be some problems with that list, but hey, man, like I say, I'm okay with it. Hey, it's an honor to have my boy Jalen Green up on there, though. At 81, I'm not mad at that. I'm good. I'm fine. It's an honor to have a Rocket up on there.
I'm sure you may get some Rockets closer to the list, but if Jalen Green's the only one on there at least.
If he's the only one, I'm happy with that.
All right, so let's see. Do I got anything else before we get into the other stuff here? Who will be all right? So here we go with this right here. A couple graphics here I thought was interesting that I saw that we can touch on. I had to work on this one, but this ain't the one I had to work on. That one might be an interesting topic to talk about. But let's rank these players 1 through 4. Oh, pick the best all-around shooter here. We got Damian Lillard. We got Jesus Shuttlesworth himself, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Klay Thompson.
I gotta pick 1 through 4.
We got no. Pick the best all-around shooter.
Oh, okay, the best all-around shooter. Okay. The best all-around shooter. I'm gonna go with Ray Allen. I'm gonna take Ray Allen, but Ray Allen also could do more than just shoot too, though. If I have to go pure shooting, Reggie Miller. If I have to go pure, for us out of all these guys, pure shooting, Reggie Miller. But if I have to go all around, I'm gonna have to go Ray Allen.
All right, so I was gonna take Reggie because we all know how Reggie was in Indiana. He could never get past Michael Jordan. Indiana never could get over that hump because MJ always beat Indiana. Good battles back there with those teams. Reggie Miller, Steph Curry passed Reggie Miller. Steph Curry passed Ray Allen. But when he's on, I'm going to say Klay Thompson. When Klay Thompson doesn't have a bad game, Klay Thompson, he can go to the rack. He don't just shoot either. He got a good mid-range. But you all know Klay Thompson is deadly from 3. When Klay Thompson's on, I'm going to give it to Klay Thompson. But all these players are good shooters. Dame, he's sometime when he don't jack up 99 shots a game for him to get 60. But if I had to rank them, I'm gonna go Reggie, Ray, Klay, and then Dame.
Yeah.
If you had to rank them, what's the 1 through 4?
I'm gonna go with Ray Allen 1, Klay 2, Reggie Miller 3, Dame 4. Because Dame he's more of a dynamic scorer. We talking about all around shooting. I got not Reggie Miller, but Ray Allen. Ray Allen in his prime, his elite shooting, but he also is a guy that can get to the rim and get you about 25 points per night. With him, Milwaukee Ray Allen, in Seattle Ray Allen was a superstar. That was a superstar Ray Allen that not only can shoot from 40% from downtown, but get to the rim and have athleticism and play pretty good defense. So I'm comfortable with Ray Allen.
All right. Jesus Shuttlesworth. All right, Dante. This is where it gets down to the nitty-gritty. And I had over at work today, I had to really think about this. I mean, I think I have a good lineup here. Create another all-time starting 5 to compete against this one. Now you got Steph Curry, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, KD, and Shaq. Who is your starting 5 to compete against these 5 right here?
So who is my starting 5? All right, for my philosophy of play, I gotta have a shooter at point guard. I gotta have a shooter that can impact the floor. So mine's for me. I'm gonna go with Steve Nash as my point guard. I'm gonna go with Kobe Bryant as my 2. I'm gonna go with Tracy McGrady as my 3. I'm gonna go with Kevin Garnett as my 4, and I'm gonna go with Keem Olajuwon as my 5.
I was thinking all day. I'm like, who is going to go toe-to-toe with Shaq? And then I was thinking about it. But what era are we talking about? Are we talking about where the rim protector can chill in the lane? Or are we talking about now where they can't camp? So that's, I mean, different ways we can play around with that.
All them players that I picked, they can play in this era. Like Elijah plays, I like a guard. He can defend anybody, and he can defend anybody. He can literally defend anybody. So that's a perfect matchup against Shaq. Shaq cannot guard Elijah on one. Shaq would not be able to guard Elijah One. Elijah One would not be able to stop Shaq, but Elijah One's defense is going to have an impact on this game. Elijah One defense is going to be able to have an impact on Shaq. Shaq was nothing more than a two-time all-defensive player. He was not really a great defender. Elijah One is one of the greatest defenders of all time, one of the best defensive big men of all time, one of the best rebounders of all time. Shaq got him in scoring, but Elijah One got him in like all-around player. And Kevin Garnett matching up against Tim Duncan. Kevin Garnett also can play matching up against Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant may be a better shooter, but I believe Kevin Garnett can go out there and guard Tim Duncan, go out there and guard Kevin Durant, because forget, Kevin Durant is an all-time great defender. He's a very great defender. He's a very great defender as well, and he can put the ball in the basket. So I got scoring with that. Kevin Durant may be more versatile, but I feel good about Kevin Garnett, guarding Kevin Durant. Of course, Kobe and Michael Jordan. Kobe and Michael Jordan, matches up. Kobe and Michael Jordan matches up. I got Tracy McGrady only because Tracy McGrady within the 2000 era was an unstoppable force. Kobe came out and said the toughest guy that gave me problems was Tracy McGrady. And also he was 6'8". He was very long. Tracy McGrady was 6'8" and very long. Steph Curry and Steve Nash, that's a hell of a matchup. Both can shoot. Steve Nash, Curry is more skilled. Curry is more skilled than Steve Nash. Steve Nash will get the ball to the guys on the perimeter. So I feel good about that matchup, my team.
All right. So Vic says, do you remember when Shaq called out Hakeem and wanted to play him live on pay-per-view?
Keem didn't want that smoke. He was going to get it. I mean, Shaq didn't want that smoke. He was going to get embarrassed. Shaq won't get embarrassed.
So I went with a little different lineup. I was trying to say who could, bang for their buck here. So I'm going to go Kobe. I'm going to go AI. I got Ray Allen, Giannis, and Joel.
All right.
I feel like, Joel could go up against Shaq, even though, they're both strong. They're both dominant. Giannis could definitely take care of Kevin Durant. Giannis is a good defensive player. Who's stopping Giannis when he goes to the basket? Of course, Ray Allen, he can also defend too. I'm gonna have him as a small forward, so they gotta stretch the floor a little bit because you can't leave Ray open because he's gonna drain the three. Kobe the same way. Kobe can guard Kobe can guard MJ. We've seen him do it, and either Al or Kobe is gonna chase around Steph Curry. So, but who's going to stop Allen Iverson as well? So, yeah. I was thinking about this all day. I think that lineup's pretty good. It would be interesting to see if that actually happened. Maybe on a 2K, we had to have a simulation to see, if that actually would happen. That would be freaking cool. If Kevin Durant and Kevin Garnett had to play, Garnett would make Durant feel so bad psychologically, he would retire the next day. Oh man, but yeah, that's definitely interesting there. So I seen that and it was like, yeah, we can definitely talk about that. But let's get into week 0 before we get on out of here. Week 0 is on Saturday. No love for Chris Webber.
Hey, Chris, I just know Chris Webber was a great player. But I just Kevin Garnett is better. Kevin Garnett is just better. He's a better player.
So we got week 0 on Saturday, I believe it starts. And is it just 2 games on
Saturday? It's 2 games on Saturday. That's it.
I think it's just 2 games on Saturday. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yep, so Saturday is 2 games. It's Navy versus Notre Dame. So before we get into that, We got the AP rankings top 25. We got Georgia number 2, Michigan 2. Georgia number 1, Michigan 2, Ohio State 3, Alabama moved up to 4, LSU 5, USC 6, Penn State that's Vic there for number 7. Florida State is 8, Clemson 9, Washington 10. Your Longhorns coming in at number 11. Tennessee is 12. Notre Dame 13, Utah 14, Oregon and Bo Nix is 15. We got Kansas State 16, TCU. See what TCU does now that Max Duggan is gone. All of their pieces got drafted this year, so we'll see what TCU do at 17. Oregon State 18. We got Wisconsin 19. We got Oklahoma 20, UNC 21, Ole Miss 22, Texas A&M 23, Tulane 24, and rounding in at 25, we got Iowa coming in. So, anything wrong with those rankings?
Nope. I like where Penn State is at. Penn State should be over Tennessee. I bet Vic like that since Tennessee got picked over in the actual ranking. They rate they rewarded by Penn State. Penn State being high on them now, being high on them in the AP rankings, which I agree with that. I like it. I'm okay with it. I'm not questioning.
Oregon State did name DJ. I can never say his last name. Ugalawale.
I just call him DJU.
He's going to be the starting quarterback for Oregon State. Let me see anybody else. Harbaugh, of course, he got that 3-game suspension. Caleb Williams tops the AP preseason All-Americans. They already got that listed already. So they got shut up. Damn guinea pigs. All right, so first team offense, they already got Caleb Williams as a running back, as the quarterback. Running backs, they got Blake Corum, Kershawn Judkins from Mississippi. These are your All-Americans already. They got Brock Bowers, Marvin Harrison Jr. They got Rome Ordiz, Emeka Buke. I know I'm butchering these names. Thank you, Dante. Because I was like, what the hell?
I'm gonna just call him DJU. I'm still.
They got Travis Hunter as an all-purpose player, All-American here from Colorado. So definitely gonna be interesting to see. But week 0, you had to take some picks. Who you got between Navy and Notre Dame?
I want to go with a goddamn upset so bad. I ain't gonna even lie to you, because this will be a type of game that Notre Dame will actually lose. But I'm gonna take Notre Dame to beat Navy.
If I'm not doing anything on Saturday, I might actually do that game. Come on at 2:30. Am I doing something Saturday? I don't know. I might actually do that game. Then you got Saturday at 8:00. We got San Jose State, Lincoln Riley, and USC. Who wins this?
You say who?
San Jose State and USC.
San Jose State actually play people tough. They actually play LSU tough. Like they play Auburn tough, but Auburn sucks. They're not a good team. I'm gonna say USC wins this game.
So do the season actually start next week? Is official college season?
Like the real, like if you want to see actual college, like college. Now it still is college, but you got
right.
You got teams, like LSU, like LSU, Florida State, yeah.
All right. So we can go over these predictions later on because it's giving me the whole week one. So September 2nd is when it all goes down. So we'll save those predictions. But August 31st, we can talk about this game. We got Florida, Gators versus Utah. Who wins?
I'm gonna go with Utah. It's gonna be in Utah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Utah.
I'll probably be watching that game because my cousin transferred to Florida. He was at Baylor. He won the I forget which bowl that was for Baylor. He went to transfer portal. He's looking at Nebraska. He was looking at some other teams, but he's at the Gators. So I got to see if he's going to be in the lineup. Offensive lineman. Micah Mazuka is his name, number 54. Y'all can look him up. Yeah, we're related. He's huge. He's like 6'5". But a couple questions here, Dante, I got for you. Who's the best coach in college football right now? Is Nick Saban still the head coach you need to beat?
I think Nick Saban is trending. Is still a best head coach, but Kirby Smart. I'm gonna go with Kirby Smart as of right now. Kirby Smart is the best coach as of right now. If you're talking about all time is Saban, I think Kirby Smart is the best coach of right now. Is coaching the best out of Nick Saban. I'm gonna go with Kirby Smart.
Does Georgia three-peat?
The Georgia three-peat.
I said, will they? Is it a chance?
Yes. Oh, it's very much a chance. Yes. It's very much a chance. They three-peat. I'm gonna say yes. Until someone stops them, yes. I'm gonna say yes. Until someone stops them, yes. Until I'm shown enough that someone will be able to beat them, then yes, I think it's a chance they three-peat.
All right. Again, we was on here for a minute. We had to come back with some fire and everything. Wait till week 1. Wait till next, not this week, but the week after. I mean, we'll be back next week, but the week after we'll get into some NFL week 1 predictions. Who wins? This time we're going to take a score. I'm going to take record. We'll see how close me and Coach could be when it comes to record predictions this season. Should be interesting. Again, we're at episode 65 next week. We're right there. Got some things coming in the works. In September. So look out for stuff in the works coming in September. Some new beginnings, some new adventures. Me and Coach are going to start, and definitely we want y'all to be a part of it. So we'll drop that bomb. We'll let y'all know what's going on if y'all don't already know yet. But we got some big splashes coming as well. Got the merch line. We got 7,200 seconds merch. We got Coach Dante as well. Myself. The link is in the description. If y'all would love to support us, get a shirt or so. Definitely would appreciate it, but you don't have to. But again, if you do like us, support us. Definitely. And also the audio version will be on Spotify. So make sure you go follow us, give us a review. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. So yes, you can tell Alexa to listen to 7,200 Seconds podcast, and she will play. But Coach, anything got to say before we wrap things up and get on out of here?
I'm just happy NFL is back, man. That's all. I'm excited. I'm very happy that NFL is back. So just can't wait to stay working. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to E. Everybody, Vic. Shout out to everybody that was here. Sajin, always in the building. Arku finally came back after 2 months disappearing. Hey, it's all right, you back. But other than that, shout out to y'all. BLSG was in the chat. My boy Mo Better was in the chat. Shout out to my guy Mo. Love you, boy. But other than that, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all not waiting.
Next week we'll probably talk about the ladies. WNBA season's winding down. We're going to do our final predictions for the awards, MVP, and all that. Talk about the ladies AP poll came out for college basketball. We'll get a little bit of that because that's coming up in shortly, and I can't wait. We got Caitlin Clark, we got Angel Reese, possibly could come out next year. Then we'll talk about NFL again. Last preseason game. Get ready for week 1. And some other news that pops. I'll have some more. Who am I? We can play that and whatever else I think of. But I appreciate everyone for watching. Again, y'all are the backbone that helps us in the chat. Appreciate y'all for being interactive with us. Till then, y'all. Love, peace, and hair grease. Again, don't do nothing stupid. But if you do, just make sure you're in a safe environment doing your stupidity. We're going to get on out of here. See y'all later.